has been given a moment of stillness. We've all been given an opportunity to be still. All the things we use to distract ourselves, all the illusions that we buy into to wrap our lives around. Not that they're bad, and I'm not criticizing any choice or attachment that anyone makes, including myself. But we run around chasing something. Think about, what are you chasing? What are you trying to create? And at the end of the day, it's very hard for us to be still. We don't like to be still, because being still puts us in a position where all the things that we're trying to run away from start to bubble to the surface. Truly, the way to heal is to allow things to bubble to the surface, to allow them, to allow what is beneath the surface to bubble up, to recognize the illusion of fear, to recognize that what we're really running away from is our own mortality. And this kind of global moment of stillness, global moment of submission, puts us in a position where we must surrender, or at least we've been submitted and we've been given the opportunity to surrender. And it's in that stillness that we may just find true being and true healing. I think we're being given an opportunity as a human family to slow down, to take a good look at what we've created, and to ask ourselves if we want to continue to allow it to be as it is, or if we want to let some things fall by the wayside, if we want to let go of some things. What do we want to nurture and hold on to and create, and what is best let go? I notice in my own thoughts, I had a friend of mine ask me how I'm doing, and it was an interesting conversation, because I guess I don't think of my emotions and my being as static so much. How am I doing? And more specifically, it required me to slow down and really take a breath and look at, how am I doing? How am I perceiving? And I'm recognizing that if I observe this time without being still myself, then I'm also missing the point. That now is a time to be still. Now is a time to, as an article I read yesterday about the use of psychedelics in understanding our present circumstances, which is really the use of a medium to understand from a much broader, less judgmental perspective what we are going through in this present moment. And it was an interesting metaphor in there about the fact that we've been consuming and consuming and consuming, and prior to a caterpillar going in the chrysalis, it will consume hundreds of times its own body weight. And it does that to prepare to go into the cocoon. And we know that when it goes into the cocoon, it goes through a state of metamorphosis. So in order for the caterpillar to become the butterfly, it must be still. It must surrender. It must let go. It must let go of everything. Can you imagine? I wonder if a caterpillar has any consciousness about, or any question about, man, why am I wrapping myself up in this thing that I can't move from? I have no control here. I have no power here. I'm letting go of everything. I'm even letting go of my own body, What if I'm attached to my caterpillar body? What if I like my caterpillar body? What if I like crawling around eating leaves? Well, the caterpillar just does what it is destined to do. It consumes, it slows down, it goes into the cocoon space, it lets go, it becomes something new. Something new and beautiful. So perhaps we're in this state. Now, I found myself today contemplating my own mortality. I bet all of us right now, if you feel tired, if you feel anything in your throat, if you feel anything at all that might be a symptom, we take a big breath and we wonder if it's coming. And we can't help, because of all the news out there, we can't help but contemplate our own mortality. And what if it comes for us? What if this is my time? And I was really allowing myself to think honestly about that today. And of course, my mind goes to my girls. That's really the place my mind goes. When I think of holding on, I want to see them through. I want to walk next to them. I want to see them grow. To me, it's the greatest gift of my existence to watch them grow and to be. So I can contemplate that with a sense of love, with a sense of, a little sense of sadness or grief. At the same time, I understand there's little control. I have little control. So how would I want to be in this time? If my time was coming, how would I want to be? What would I want to say to you? What would I want to say to them? What would I want to say? What would you say if this was your time and you had an opportunity to speak or an opportunity to live from a place of love, from a place of courage? What if you had the opportunity to let go of fear before your time? What if you had the opportunity to taste true freedom I would want my girls to know that they have permission to be. That everything they need is divinely written within. I would let them know that it's been the greatest honor of my life to walk next to them, to walk with them, to be with them. It's been the greatest honor of my life to be their father, to get to play this role in their life. And I know that they would continue on. And I know that in some ways I would get to continue on with them. So what are we trying to create? What are we trying to hold on to? What are we afraid of? Instead of scrambling and trying to run away and trying to fill our space with distraction, perhaps this is a time to be still. Perhaps this is a time to allow those things you keep in the darkness to bubble to the surface and just to take an honest look at them. What would you like to let go? What would you like to nurture? What have you been telling yourself for so long, and can you start to tell a different story? Can you allow yourself to be? So after this today, I'm going to work on letting go a little bit. I'm going to work on quieting myself. I'm going to work on letting go of the tethers I know that I'm clinging to, that I'm allowing myself to hold on to. It's time for me to do some work within myself. I wish you all the greatest joy and the greatest blessings in this journey. And I hope you can see this time as a gift and an opportunity to see it from a place of a creator, a creative, conscious being with all the glory of God coursing through your veins, as opposed to a victim of powerlessness, a victim of death. This is your time to be. How would you like to be? I love you. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Have a great day.